Hi everyone. I think in days where the world is a bit chaotic, well, at least my world and where I'm coming from, and there is a lot of hate, and people are just a bit in a place of darkness and evil, and not really connected to love and light, faith and hope. I thought it will be good to speak about some self-love and how we can, as mother, practice some self-love with ourselves in a moment where we feeling some doubt, we questioning things, and the mom guilt is raising up, and we kind of like don't know what to do with everything. So the first thing is to remember that you, as a mom and as a woman, deserve to have some moment when you really and truly give yourself some time to nourish yourself and your soul and practice some self-love with yourself. And I know that we are raised in a world where we as humans supposed to where we as women supposed to take care of our kids and our husbands and of everyone around us, and then we sometimes forgetting ourselves. And that's something that I really believe is very important. And I only realized how important it is when I had my third child. And when I started to take some glimpse of time where I'm truly taking care of myself and showing myself some self-love. And what does it mean? It can come in so many ways and so many options. And it's basically be able to give yourself some time where you are just with yourself and you are doing the things that you like. It can be as simple as sitting with yourself and just doing nothing or sipping a cup of coffee or a tea, or it can be something like going outdoor and doing something that you enjoy. Now, the importance of showing some self-love to yourself is that you will be able to cope better, you will be able to have more energy, and you will be able to go out there and give more to everyone around you, because you're feeling like your cup is now full of like place and space to give to other too. And that's mean that there is this like, the idea of filling up our cup, and that when our cup is completely full, then that's it, then we can't cope anymore. We're getting to a place of like a complete breakdown, or even a place where we're just feeling the burden and everything is just collapsing and too much for us. So I'm just talking about how we can reduce that load and go to the place where our cup is in a way ready for everyone, and we able to give everyone our energies. So a few things that I really love to do. The first thing is I love to write myself a love letter. I think that it's very important, especially in moments that you doubting yourself or you feeling like you're not connected to who you are. Just remind yourself those things that you love about yourself. So I'm usually sitting with myself in nature and just writing a letter. I'm writing, Dear Yahav, I love how beautiful you are. Are you really trying? And then I'm starting to really write everything on a piece of paper. And I know that we're not doing it that often, that we're saying to ourselves some kind words and kind things, and we're looking at ourselves from a place of love. But I'm finding that tool very beneficial to sometimes just write it down, all the things that I love about me. So after writing a love letter to myself, which is something that I really love to do, I love as well to practice some moments where I'm doing the things that I love to do just by myself. So it can be like going for a walk, connecting to nature, doing some yoga, listen to some podcast and walking my dog. It can be just drinking a cup of coffee and looking outside from the window, or just doing those simple things that I love to do as a person that really giving me that extra energy and extra support that I need to be able to give myself some moments of self-love. And that's something that's really helping as well for you and for your family, because you are educating your kids and your husband to give themselves the time that they need to nourish their soul and be there more for themselves. The other things that I really like to do, and that's a really good practice, it took me a long time to get to that point where I'm doing it myself, is to put some healthy boundaries. And if there are certain things that I really don't want to have in my life or don't want to do, just be able to communicate it from a place where the other person will understand what I'm saying and will take it from a really beautiful place. And in this way, create some like healthy boundaries around me and the family and the kids. That's really helping, because sometimes saying no will give us a much better experience than saying yes to something that, you know, we either don't have energy to do, or we don't feel like we're doing at the moment, or it's something that doesn't make us feel good. So it can be like going for a dinner at someone, and it can be, you know, it starts very late and you are with little kids, and just the idea of going to the dinner, sitting there, being their nanny, then coming back home, and they're all screaming and shouting in the car, and everything is just so chaotic. And by the time you're coming home, you didn't enjoy the dinner, and as well, the kids didn't enjoy the experience. So it's really looking at your decisions and the places and the things that you're doing and putting some boundaries in place. Another thing that I really like to do, and in terms of like showing some self-love to myself, is to really like love and accept who I am, even in moments where I just either snapped or collapsed or did something that I'm really not proud of. And, you know, I think sometimes we can have these moments, especially when the kids is running a tantrum, or where they really don't have any powers or really tired. And then we finding ourselves that we don't have the energy or the capacity to even nourish them or be able to hold their space. So in those moments, I really need to remind myself and be more gentle with myself of, I'm doing everything I can. I'm loving myself as who I am. And I'm really saying those sentences to myself. I'm saying, I am loved. I am. And I'm talking to myself, and I'm saying those words, and I'm saying those sentences, and I'm bringing myself back within, so I'll be able to nourish my soul from within, so I'll be able to cope with my environment and the people around me. And it's something that's really important for me to do, and especially in the world where we're living, is to really clear the energy around me and go back to within and stay with the energies inside me, and kind of like to connect to my inner person and inner environment. So there is one practice that I really love to do, and I think it's very important in our world right now, is to really clear your energy, so you be able to go back to within and to, you know, to your heart, to your beautiful space inside you, and be less connected to your environment. So it's going like this. What I'm doing with my hands is just I'm creating those kind of like clearing my energy around me, and I'm clearing it from my head and from my eyes and whatever I see, and from my stomach and my heart, and then I'm throwing it away. So if you want to try it with me, we can do it together. I love to say to myself, I'm releasing from all the bad energies around me and negative thoughts and negative feelings, and I'm going back to within. So I'm saying to myself this sentence: I'm releasing everything I see, everything I feel, and I'm letting it go. I'm releasing everything I see, everything I feel, and I'm letting it go. And I'm repeating it a few times until I be able to just sit in peace and feel how I'm going back to that place where I'm feeling the self-love just going from the top to the bottom of my body, and I'm be able to ground myself and be in peace. I will release something later today where you can try this practice and see if it's something that will benefit you. And that's something that really helping me, especially in these days where love is something that it's a bit hard to experience and it's a bit hard to see in our world and where we at the moment. And as mother, it's really important to practice self-love so you'll be able to give your kids, your husband, your environment love as well. But the most important thing is to give yourself the love first that you need. So as I said at the beginning, it's starting with accepting yourself as who you are, writing yourself a love letter, setting healthy boundaries, and giving yourself those little moments in your life where you can really and truly sit with yourself and give yourself some self-love. One of the things that I really love to give myself some self-love, and especially in this time, is to go out to nature. I think there is an amazing power in looking at nature from an eyes of a child. To see a whale jumping from the ocean and then having this excitement inside you that I can't even explain in words, but it's constantly like giving you that ease and be able to slow down everything that you experience around you and go back to yourself and who you are from within. And I can tell you that last week on Friday, I went with one of my friends to Bondi Beach and I just look at the ocean and there were so many whales that played and jumped from the water. And I thought to myself, wow, that was exactly what I needed in that moment in order to be able to go back to my kids in the evening and be able to cope and hug them and bring them back. And, that was exactly what I needed to be able to go back to myself. So I see self-love as a tool that really helping you to connect to your inner child, to your inner person, and to who you are. I think that as mother and women, it's really important as we all working from energies and we sometimes forgetting to bring back our energy to ourselves. It's very easy to give from our energy to all the people around us, to our kids, to our husband, to our environment, friends and family. And it's sometimes a bit more challenging to give it back to ourselves. Doing a lot of grounding meditation and going back to inside is helping you to go back to being in love, feeling loved, and being in peace. And what I have to say, in the place that we all now today in our world, and especially to my country, is I'm wishing everyone to be in love and peace and to see again the light. And to all these people that suffered from what they suffered and for the horror pictures, and I'm just sending you lots of love. And I'm really hoping that we all find a place to be in peace as moms, as women, and as the world around us. So thank you for joining me today. I will upload the practice that I've mentioned, and I'm really grateful to have you all here. And if you need anything, you can just reach out. I'm more than happy to speak, to communicate, to be there, and to listen as well. So thank you, everyone, and have a beautiful day.